Everyone, so we're back in for shoulders, and this is going to be the last shoulder session of this stint of the off season. So off the back of the shoulder recovery, that's been 16 weeks from the point where I've decided to I can start pushing now. So I think I was mid-February. So that would have been almost 2 months post surgery is when I decided to start ramping things up. So since then, through that 16 weeks, it's been quite productive, I would say. Finished off, so I weighed in on Saturday there at 299.4, which is the heaviest I've ever been, which is 37 kilo. And I reached a peak weight of 140 during the day. So it's definitely been a very productive time. During that time, there's been some ups and downs with the shoulder. So for anyone who's had any kind of shoulder injuries and things like that, or you're waiting going for surgery or whatever, kind of want to know the recovery off the back of a slap tear. So when I started training, it moved very, very fast. So the progression was pretty much linear. I was doubling the weight, doubling intensity, reps, everything from the first week when I started to push up until I would say maybe about late March. So it's maybe about 5-6 weeks later. From there, what I think happened is I've been growing too fast. So I've been growing too fast for the shoulder, which is still undergoing a little bit of recovery. Post-surgery recovery from a slap tear can be up to a year, and that's for a normal person who's not slinging about kilos and kilos of weight every single session, every single week. So some weeks I've come in, the shoulders have been no bother, I've been getting excellent sessions, and strength has been through the roof. And then the following week, the shoulder may be super tight, it'll be pissing me off, I won't be able to do what I want to do, and that's been the last couple of weeks. I think I originally injured my shoulder back in 2016, so I think I originally tore it back then, and then ever since then, up until the surgery, my body's had to compensate mechanically. Now that the shoulder's back in and in the right place, there's now a new imbalance. There's a new imbalance of where the shoulders should be. So now I think my body's just trying to find that point where it's growing at a rapid rate, and it's still trying to find this balance across both shoulders, through the lats and everything that's connected as well. So I still think that's going to be a bit more time. So for today, we're going to do shoulders today. So you'll be able to see exactly where I'm ending the off season in terms of, or end this portion of the off season in terms of what I'm capable of doing with the shoulder. And I think a lot of you will be quite surprised what I can do, but we're going to try pressing again today. We've not done pressing in quite a while. We were doing upright rows as a part of a superset for the past 6-7 weeks. I think upright rows are aggravating the shoulder due to the internal rotation of the movement. So we're going to whip them out, try a machine press today, even if it's just light, just feeling it, because I'd like to put them back in eventually. But we'll see how things go today. But other than that, like I said, it's been very productive, the biggest I've ever been. So now what we're going to do is an 8-week layoff. So we're going to go, next week I'm taking the week completely off, no training, drop down to a cruise as well. And I've also reduced my food by about 800 calories as well. So just to give my body that kind of decent break, allow my appetite to recover, put in a little bit more cardio. So I put in actually 2 sessions of, next put in 2 sessions of hard cardio. So that's 10 minutes on the stairs twice a week. So that's kind of what we're doing now, is getting a bit of hard cardio in there just to condition the heart so that when we push up again in 8 weeks' time, there's a better fitness base there, hopefully be a bit leaner, be a bit lighter, and then we can push up again and hopefully surpass the size that we're at just now. So we've got an 8-week cruise, a 16-week push, another 8-week cruise, and then that'll be contest prep time. And come down slowly across 24 weeks. So that's the game plan. So kind of rambled on a wee bit there, but yeah, you'll see what we're doing today. So a lot of raises, as you'll see, nothing, we try and keep it 3-4 sets. We're not doing anything fancy in terms of trying to lift as much weight as humanly possible. We're trying to keep it relatively light and accumulate as much volume as we can across a 15 to 20 rep range. So that's what we're doing here. And triceps, it's all isolation work, no compounds. I can't barbell press, and I'm not going to try either. Those days, I think, are dead and gone. So, but yeah, we'll see what we can do today. And like I said, if you're kind of struggling with shoulder recovery, shoulder injuries, shoulder surgery, all that sort of stuff, feel free to DM me, ask me questions, and and I'll help as much as I possibly can. So enjoy the session, and hopefully you learn a thing or two. Three sets of 15 to 20, and the last set we're going to do a double drop off the back of that. So again, we're trying to accumulate volume, not trying to do anything mad weight-wise. Up. Good. Yeah, partial. Yep. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Ooh. 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 Ow. Right. It's there that. Whatever. Play it on. So I'm just going to test the water here because I haven't used this machine in a while. So, but I'd like to go back to what we were doing before. So just one working set, and then like a triple drop. That's what we were doing before the surgery. So I like to get back to that because I really feel that we were doing a superset before, but don't feel it's enough. But trying to fill gaps in the sessions where things have been taken out. So we'll see how this goes. Old man shoulder. No, I'll watch out myself. Work with two. I'll work with two. Shoes get going. Yeah. Up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh. Yes. Good. Again, up. Follow through, go. Got you. Nice, again. Right down and up. Good. Right. Again. All the way down. All the way up. Come on, mate, I've got you. Yeah, good. Right down. Up, down. Down. Yep. So as you can see, it's not very glamorous, but it's a start anyway. So, like I said, I want to get that built up over time, because what we were doing before with the drop sets and stuff, like the pump was ridiculous. So if we get back to doing that, it'd be good. But the teres minor and major are still insanely tight. So I can feel it, like when that initial bit, I can feel it like it's going like that, and then it eases off, and then it gets stiff again towards the end of the set. So, yeah. So we'll do a little bit of fluff work, as a lot of people call it. So, just single arm across the body, rear fly. So, noticed a few weeks ago that these actually feel really, really good. So, again, we're just trying to accumulate as much volume as we can through the shoulder itself and the rear delt. I'm not very good at connecting with the rear delt, especially just now either. So I need to use stuff that I can really focus on and actually really get a good contraction. So, and heavy rear delt work's never worked for me anyway. So it'll be nice and light, 4 sets, 20-ish reps. Best connection I've had in a while though. I feel like you're in a lot of pain. You don't make those faces doing hack squat. You don't make those faces doing hack squat. Good. One. One more. Nice. Good. And up. Perfect. Good. Right, it's on my right side.
Go ahead. You all right?
Yep. So as we've done with the other rear delt, we're trying to work each side independently of each other. Because if I do something at the same time, for instance, do like the usual way of doing pec deck, I can't connect with the right side, so I need to do it independently of each other to connect with each side. So, yeah, 3 sets, 50 to 20 again. But, well, it's so light that we can easily hit 20. So, but here, I'm really squeezing as hard as I possibly can. I'm not overly concerned with the weight, as long as the weight's enough to allow me to feel it right at the back. It seems to be working, so, but I've been doing this for a few weeks now. But it's a good alternative if you can't connect with like a rear dumbbell fly or other rear delt exercises. So, right. Big connection. Yeah, back. Yeah. So we do 3 sets of Y raises. So 50 to 20 reps, and then we'll drop it by 30% on the last set, and then do 5-second negatives, 3-second positives, just to get that last little bit out of the movement. We're also using a foam roller to lift the head in a flat position. So that takes, well, we find it takes the traps out, just keeps it on the side down just a little bit more. So something to try. So, yeah. Yep. Oh, fuck hell. Yeah. Can you get off? So four sets of 15 to 20 again. Yeah. Yeah, straight up. Oh. Back. Good. Go, Bob. Yeah. One. Bottom off. Yeah, good. Hold on. Hold it. Good. Yeah. Down. Nice, good.
Well, let's go.
So we're doing 3 sets of 50 to 20, believe it or not. And then the last set we'll do, so we'll drop it, start with 3 second negatives with the regular set, and then drop it, do 5, drop it, do 7. Seconds, that is, negative. Didn't explain that one clear at all. Yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking creeps up on you, that one. Come on. Yeah. Nice, man. Good. Power. Yeah. Jump volume. Jump volume. Finished with a superset here, so saw Mike Van Wyck do this, so just to try and accumulate, again, as much volume as we possibly can, nice and light, so you'll see it's over the shoulder and then bent over extension, so 15 and 15. I would probably go nice and light with this if you've not tried this before. Do you remember what I've done? Nah, too early. Yeah, man. Fuck. Right, so that wraps up shoulders and triceps. So as you can see, it's a little bit, by today's standards, a little bit fluffy, but that's the style we switched to back in December, and it still seems to be yielding results now, so we're just going to keep it there. As you can see from the second exercise, putting in the plate loaded shoulder press, so what I kind of said there is I want to kind of build that back up and get the shoulder back into that position again. So it's just a case of just being patient with that and allowing for some pressing, because it's the teres major, teres minor that seems to kind of be pulling the shoulder joint down. So like in any kind of press position, right in like from the bottom to about midway when I press, it feels like the teres major isn't firing properly. And that was to be expected with the way they pinned the shoulder when they done the operation. So to protect the tendon itself, they pinned my shoulder like this. So the doctor the surgeon, kind of said over time the shoulder will get back into position. And as, like I said at the start, as the dynamics of my body kind of even out, it'll probably be some time before everything's kind of nice and even. But I'm making progress with the stuff I'm doing just now, so I'm just going to keep doing it. And like I said, build up the shoulder press and put that back in there. We're doing plenty of volume for shoulders across the chest, the shoulders, and a little bit on back as well. So we're still getting the volume we need. So happy with the results. I just want obviously to be up to 100%. But that's the first stint of off-season done. We've got an 8-week break, and then we've got another stint towards the third quarter to the end of the year, and then contest prep time. So still a good bit of time left to make big improvements to the body. I was really, really happy with what we did there off the back of the recovery. And even then, when we started training in mid-February again, it was still a case of those first 4 weeks were still a bit kind of not really much was happening, even with legs. So it's going to be good to see where we go from there off the back of that. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, if any injuries yourselves, take note of what I did there. Just try and work around everything. There's always ways of working around everything. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Cheers.